Hi guys, Chris back again. Okay, so we left off on part 4 where we did our roof and stuff, and now we're going to finish weathering our walls and then putting some little bit of weathering detail in the corners and around on the porch and the porch deck and stuff. And then the wood part of the structure will be finished, and then we'll be on to the window details and stuff. So to weather the walls, the first thing I want to do is continue with my aging. Now, remember that we did the gray wash. Now we're going to do a dry brush with the same color gray, which is this craft pewter gray color. You don't actually have to use that particular color. You can just use a gray of your choice. So we're going to use the big brush. Remember, with dry brushing, we're going to pick up a little bit of paint in the brush, and then we're going to work most of it back off. Okay? And again, with the grain, just going to start back and forth across here and adding more depth, more age into this wall. And don't try to rush this. If you take it slow, you'll get better results. Put on some dry brushing, then stop and look, and if it's not what you want, you can add more. You can't take it off, but you can add it. And again, going with the grain for the part that we're weathering. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pause the video, go ahead and get this overall weathering effect done, and then we'll come back in a few minutes. Okay guys, we're back. So what we did is go through this building, and I dry brushed some more gray on the walls to give it a heavier age look. Now, I didn't do any other colors except for the gray, except in a couple spots, okay? So, I put considerably more on the porch deck here. I'll get you up so you can see that. Okay, so it's starting to get the really worn look that I'm looking for. And I may just leave it there. As I put details and stuff onto the porch, I will add a wear pattern. Like if I put a rocking chair or something here, I will put a wear pattern that shows that that piece has been there. Okay? So the gray has increased our wear look a little bit and stuff. Turn it around, and you can see the south side. I put a considerable amount on this side too. Okay? I also added more gray and more wear to the post here on the ends and stuff, because as people walk up and down and rub this thing and put their hands on it, they're going to wear the paint on this part considerably more. Okay. Also, we took our streaking that we used on the roof, that color, and dabbed it along the bottom of the windowsill, and then pulled down, and then added streaks in here, and then took our really dry rough brush and rubbed them in a little bit. And the reason we did that is because as it rains and the water hits the window and runs down and around, it'll come off and run down from the bottom of the window all the way across, but more towards the ends, more towards the ends, okay, and it will be bringing that dirt with it. So that's why there's streaking under the windows. Right? So continue around again, more gray on the rear, dry brushed with the grain up in the eaves and stuff. And this has really developed a nice worn look that I'm going for. Again, streaks under this window, and more gray on the walls. And the corners have been worn down. Now this is not sanded completely off. A lot of this is just the gray washes and the dry brushes and stuff we've added. Okay? Also back to the front, we did the streaking effect under this window, but none under this window. Okay? Because the porch is protecting the windows. Okay? A little bit to what we were talking about yesterday. We'll get up here to the top of the roof. You can see the green along the edge where the moss was growing and stuff. And then before I came back, I blackwashed this roof to darken it a little bit and to get these grooves full of stuff because they will fill up. Okay? So that concludes our major weathering portion. Okay? So now we are down to detail weathering and stuff. And detail weathering is going to be kind of specific to the details that you put on and your surroundings and stuff, okay? Now, I'm not going to go into everything you can do, but I'll show you one little instance of what I'm talking about here. Let me get this painted real quick. Okay, and this paint is just pure white. Okay, I'm going to sit you up on the roof here, or sit you up on the stand. Get down at the roof. Okay, because what we're going to do is take this stick, and I'm going to dip it in the white paint. Just get some on the ends. Now remember what we weathered for last night? Trees? Sap and all this stuff? Well, what else lies in the trees and weathers the roof of your house? And of course, this can be random and as heavy as you want. And I will probably put some pigeons up along on the roof of this house. So we will put traces of them on there. Rather heavy along the ridge line. And again, both sides. Okay? And remember, much like it's leaving its mark, there's no pattern for this. Okay? The only pattern is where are they going to be. And if you look at a building that has had pigeons on its roof for a considerable amount of time, you will know what this looks like. And we're just going to taper it off because I'm going to say that they're not getting out from the trees too far. Go there. couple there. As the paint starts to wear off, rotating, leaving smaller and lighter spots on the roof. Okay, so there we have all this big giant white on the roof. This is something that's going to stick out for a ways. And remember when I told you, if you can see it from a long ways, it's not to scale. So we want to lessen that effect. So we're just going to take a paper towel, just push in. Not pulling, we don't want to move the paint. We just want to lighten it a little bit. Okay, now that we've lightened it a little bit, we're going to take our wet brush, and just like the streaking effect, we're just going to pull it a little bit, because the rain will wash and wear even this mess. Okay. Then our stiff brush. And we put just enough water on it with our wet brush. And our stiff brush is starting to make it run. And I don't mean run, streak. And there we go. There's our bird mess. Now, again, you can take, if you got some spots that you want to lighten a little bit more, not really lighten, but streak a little more, like I'm going to put some heavier streaking on this area up here, this one spot here. You just take your slightly damp paintbrush, and because we haven't let this paint completely dry, this damp paintbrush will slightly reactivate it and allow it to pull on it a little bit. And that will give us the effect of a roof that has been used as a toilet for Mother Nature's lovely flying creatures. Okay? Now you can also do this very same thing with black. Flip some of the color back off. Give it a wet brush. Pull down. Take a good stiff brush. Pull that black out a little bit. And you can see the effect. A little bit of black in there. Change that a little bit. Clean it right up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this side of the roof and stuff off camera. So, this pretty much is going to take care of the overall weathering effect on our house. Now, this house does not have any details on it, so as I add those in the future, we'll come back and I'll show you how to weather for that detail that you're putting on. Okay, I'm going to do the roof deposits on the other side, maybe do a few up in here, just depending on my likings and stuff. I am going to get some pigeons, which will be one of the details that I am going to add, so I free paint it for that, put up along the roof and stuff, and then again over here. So the next one we will do is we will take and paint our plastic windows and doors, and I will show you how to detail these or weather them to match the wood of the house itself. Okay? And then we will install those with the glass, and our weathering will be complete. Okay? One last thing that I did show you is the underside pieces. I painted black. Alright? I don't want, when you're sitting or standing looking at this house at level, like if you're on the ground and I have this thing up on a hill and you can see up underneath of it, I don't want you to see these boards. Okay? In black, your eye will not be drawn to. It'll just look like a shadow when it's sitting on the ground. So I painted all of it black, but you notice I didn't paint clear out to the ends and stuff. So even looking at it at an angle, it looks like the inboard. I'll probably go in here and just weather back a little bit on the black, just to make it look like it goes back in there a little ways, but that's it. Okay? So that's the end of our weathering on our wood section of our house. Get you back down here so you can get a good look at it. Again, with our next episode, which will be our last, I think, in this part of the series, we will go ahead and get the windows and doors painted, weathered, and installed. Alright, till then, have a good time, and see you later. Hit that like button.